Are you tired of dealing with anxiety? Because I can tell you I sure as hell am. Hey, Jason here. And if you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me go through Johannesburg, showing you how beautiful of a place it is, how great the people are here, and how safe it is here, man. Like, this is a really great modern city. Um, and most importantly, I've been talking to you about success, what it is, and how to get it in the three areas of life that I focus on, which are happiness, health, and wealth. And so today I'm going to talk about anxiety because I think it's something that a lot of us suffer with behind closed doors. It's like one of those invisible enemies that no one sees. And I think the way to start making this enemy, this invisible enemy, more visible is start sharing more stories and like explaining to people like what is it like when I'm going through an anxiety attack? What are some of my triggers? Things like that. Because I don't think a lot of people are really aware of how much on a daily basis you can start going through an anxiety. It can cripple you from making drastic life decisions, like decisions that can really be changing the trajectory of your life. And so I think when we become aware of these, we can start understanding when is there a time to reanalyze some of these anxiety points and start getting to the goal that we want. And I think that's how we become successful, like to grow and to expand into the person that we want to become and achieve the things that we want to become mean we have to change. And change mean we're doing something we don't know or we would have already done it. And so because of that, like it makes success really hard for a lot of us. And emotional intelligence is just really one of those things that I'm seeing no matter what country I go to, what culture I'm looking into, no matter where I am in this world, we're all falling under this same thing where we have not been taught any emotional intelligence. We've just been taught physical intelligence of how to be physically, but not emotionally. And I think that's why the world is at this weird space right now because it's time for us to emotionally evolve. It's time for us to let go and shed a lot of things that we used to believe in. And one of those things is like poverty. Like it's time for people to realize there's an endless amount of money out here and no one can hold you back from getting it anymore but yourself. And when people start realizing that, man, like the digital market space has created an endless amount of revenue. Like there's so many people on it and there's so much business on it. Like you can't take it away. Like it's not going anywhere but bigger and better. And so that just creates a whole lot of space for people. But like even with that, like if I'm even telling people like, hey, start doing a social media channel for your business, things like that, anxiety start kicking in for people, man. Like even with me starting this video, my anxiety started kicking in. It started doing these little things that it do. I just go through the little emotions with it. And then I just tell myself, okay, you finna do this. And that sounds easy, but it's really not. And the reason being it's not as easy as it sounds is I know my triggers. I know how long they pretty much last. I know how to cope with a lot of different things. So that's like where when I used to learn and practice a lot of breath work and things like that with yoga, like it helped me really become aware of those type of things. And like I just shared with you one of my anxiety moments today. So I went and got my hair cut. Um, they do the hot towels and everything. For some moment, and I know why I got triggered because I got triggered in Botswana with the thunder. So it kind of took me back to a military place and, brought back some of those vivid images of things that I've seen and went through. And so then from there, fast forward to the day at the barber shop, like once they put the towel over my face, the wet towel, and probably most other veterans will already know where I'm going with this, but I'm not going to say exactly what everything is. But it took me back to images of seeing things and seeing how those things were done, and then it kind of freaked me out a little. And instead of me flailing around, jumping around, or really losing my cool, like I just do a breathing technique. I do a 3-6-9. So I breathe in for 3, hold it for 6, and release for 9 seconds. And it sounds simple, but even doing that, like it's still like you have to become very aware of where you are right now in this moment. Because when you're having an anxiety attack, it's taking you to a previous point. meaning it's literally making you almost as time travel because it's putting a picture from a past experience right into your present moment. And it feels real. Like it feels real. And so because it feels real, you have to try to get yourself back into present moment awareness. Like I do it through breathing techniques. I even have little tick techniques I do. Like it's deep, man. Like people don't understand. Like recovering mentally from war is not an easy thing. And I'm gonna be real with you. Like I'm not 100% recovered. I'm nowhere near. If I could say honestly how I feel where I'm at right now with my mental health, I'm probably about 45% recovered. I feel like there's still a whole realm of Jason that I have to discover, level that of thinking and more clarity that I can do. So like I'm really wanting you to understand, like I'm walking you through this as I'm still improving myself, and it's using the techniques that Cece taught me, and it's comes from acceptance commitment therapy, and because she was teaching me different techniques too of present moment awareness, like I see how to understand. I see where they come into play today, and this isn't a journey that what you're saying right now like was overnight. We're talking about I got out of the military in 2006. So from 2008, at least that I know, from 2008 till 2013, I would consider myself batshit crazy. Like I was really messed up in the head. I was in a very dark place. So like that was a lot of years of trauma just built up, built up, built up. And what you see today is literally working from 2014 to now. And what's that, 9 years? So like I'm still going on from here. Like from the things that she taught me and the tools that she equipped me with, like that's how I'm still going on. I'm catching these things now. I'm analyzing them. Uh, and I just want to share with you just, my experience about it. I think so many of us are dealing with these things in the dark and we feel like we're alone. And especially guys, man, like I think one of the biggest things that's not being addressed in the world, especially for American culture, is two generations of men and women went to war, like physically went to war. And I think people are forgetting that, and they're forgetting the trauma and the psyche that breaks down with going to war. Like you're not supposed to see those things. You're not supposed to experience those things. Like that's not normal. Like let's just be honest here. And because that's not normal, I don't think a lot of people are getting the help that they need because no one's out here talking about it. No one's telling the truth and just saying like, look, it ain't these little pills that keep me zombified at night to where I'm just laying there and can't move that's helping me be happy. This is what I'm doing to be happy. And like, I'm doing these little techniques, these little tools that can keep me present moment aware. So I'm not going back to being in Iraq, hearing bombs go off or seeing things that I wish to never ever see again in my life. And and I think through sharing these stories and talking more about my mental health and how I overcome things and also like how I deal with things on a daily basis, like I think it's going to help other people out there because I didn't get this from some fancy hospital in the US, guys. Like this is literally the work my late wife was doing, the research that she did, and she was just teaching it to me and using it on me as she was going along with her doctorate degree. Like the people in this world that are really out here discovering things and saving lives, they're the people that nobody know their name, man. And I just want to leave it at that. Like if you're suffering from anxiety, like just let me know, shoot me a message. I'll send you some of the breath work that I do. There's a video that I'll shoot you that's on YouTube and you can check it out. And I tell you, if you just keep doing it, like don't expect a miracle overnight, but just keep doing it and commit to it for at least 7 days, you'll feel a whole lot different. And so I can tell you it helped me and it changed my world. So that's it for today, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And just remember, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.